The second winning series is a unique sports program that probes into the often controversial world of professional and amateur sports. Sports View Today.
Hello everybody and welcome to another edition of Sports View. I'm Ron Cameron.
And I'm Bob Page. Our sponsors in the program, Al Dietrich Oldsmobile. And yes, Uncle Al is moving to a new location on M59, no Ron, not one step ahead of the bill collectors. He's moving to a legit upfront location.
I didn't say you said that,
I knew what you were thinking, I could tell. On M59, just east of the Pontiac Airport, where the new GMC trucks and Jimmys are already on display. We've got the Plymouth Rock Saloon and Peter Lefterio's other place, the Tangerine Room, just east of the Renaissance Center in the Rivertown District downtown. We have Sports Fans Journal, and yes, as you watch this program, the 7th issue is out now?
The 7th issue will be out later in the week.
But you're still waving around the old one.
I'm because I get it. We taped the 2 shows Monday because we were being so cheap.
Ron, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Is Denny McLain still writing direct from his jail cell?
Right, direct from his jail cell. He gets more for this than he does for the other things he does in jail.
Is Gates Brown still writing baseball?
No, Gates.
Is Fred Hickman still writing?
Fred Hickman never did write.
What happened to all these people who were supposed to be writing?
Oh, most of them are still there. There's only one columnist we lost since we started this, or actually 2.
Well, there are 2 right there.
Ann Doyle. No.
Ann Doyle's not writing?
Ann Doyle's not writing because she signed a deal with the car dealership and she's working for them and they say it's a conflict of interest.
And because also you have Grace Jones.
Gates Brown is writing a book.
Grace Jones writing women's sports, as you said, right?
No.
Grace Jones on women's sports.
If we get a woman's writer, we're going to go after one of your favorite, Alice Cooper.
Alice Cooper, good deal. I think you should do that. We also have on this program Mitch Rosen, our newest sponsor, and the people at Liberty Heating and Cooling, now passing on their wholesale prices to the public for the first time. We have T-Com Pagers, and we also have Harborside Sports Adventure with 2 locations in Metro Detroit, Belleville Road, just off I-94, and downtown or uptown Birmingham, as the case may be.
Uptown Birmingham.
That's what they call it, Uptown Birmingham, where they're having tremendous
Is that any relation to downtown, or is just the opposite of downtown?
Uptown at Birmingham is what they actually call it.
Jalapeno pizza and pasta. Jalapeno pizza and pasta. Why do you always want to forget about mine?
I don't know how I can. I look at this midsection of yours all the time, and that midsection derives entirely from eating every night a jalapeno pizza and pasta.
They won the award as the second best Mexican restaurant in the state of Michigan. They beat that chain out, and they've got some real specials going on. We're located right across from Westland Mall on Cowan Road at Wayne Road.
If they won the award as the second best chain, why shouldn't our viewers want to go to the first? Why shouldn't our viewers want to go to the best place?
They beat the chain.
They don't want to go to the second best place, do they? They want to go to the best place.
In the state of Michigan, that other one shall remain nameless.
Shall remain nameless, the one would beat them out. Our guest in the program today, Lions defensive end William Gay, longtime friend of mine, isn't that right, big fella? And a guy who today has broken his all-time personal record in showing up only 15 minutes late for this taping session.
Right.
Bill, what was it last time you came down?
4 or 5 hours.
4 hours late? Was it? 4 hours late last time, but he's on time today, and we'll talk about the tremendously successful season the Lions are just coming off of,
and him himself,
and the tremendously successful personal year that he just had as well. But he's nice enough to come down here. Leave him alone. Be nice to him, will you please?
I'm always nice to him. It's you that upset everybody.
I was just amazed on the last program. You know, your knee jerked up in the air when you heard the name Bobby Carpenter and you went nuts. You didn't want to make a comment at all on the major story of the weekend from Lakeland? When the phone call came in to Bill LaJoy and he said, thanks, but no thanks, we're not interested. Jason
called.
Jason, didn't you know that? And we're not talking about Jason from Friday the 13th, ladies and gentlemen, though according to Ron, that's just as big a horror story. Jason Thompson called the Tigers and said, please, get me a gig. You're speechless. Well, the first time in the history of the show, you're speechless.
It's the first
we'll be right back with Bill Gay.
It's the first time that he ever made a call because Jason Thompson needed to wear a skirt when he played for the Tigers. He was, he curtsied every time he crossed the plate. I mean, Jason Thompson was one of the worst. You know, you're gonna laugh at the worst base runner in the history of baseball. Yes,
no, he's not. No, he's not.
He's worse than.
No, he's not worse than Chet Lemon.
He is.
Oh no, he's not worse than Chet Lemon.
Because he'd curtsy and Chet Lemon at least dive and every once in a while score. Jason was not big in the guts department. And so he used to just take the easy way out and he ran the bases like a woman.
I like Jason.
He would. Misery Loves Company.
I thought he was a pretty good player.
He was terrible.
Would you rather have a still young Jason Thompson playing first base or a 40-year-old Darrell Evans?
I want somebody that wants to play hard all the time, and Jason Thompson just did not have the heart or the guts.
Can Evans do it still?
Remains to be seen. I think that with the bat, I wondered if he could do it last year, and I thought he had a pretty good year with the bat. With the glove, he's lost it.
Not exactly that he ever had it.
No.
I thought Darryl was a pretty good defensive player, decent anyway.
Let's go to the guest. Enough of you. Let's go to the guest.
Should we do that? Should we go?
Yeah, go to the guest.
We have a few more things to talk about here.
Let's go to
the baseball writers picking. You've finally been showing up for the last time on this program.
Now they picked your two favorites, Kemp and Thompson. They said no to either one of them.
Baseball writers are picking the Tigers for 5th place this year, I see.
3rd place in my mind.
Is that right?
What do you pick?
Do you have anything that you base this on, or?
I just think that their pitching staff is a good one, and I think with Thurman coming back, it's a good secondary pitching staff as well. I look for Hernandez to bounce back. It's a good staff, and I think the pitching alone will get the Tigers in the upper echelon in the American League.
I picked them for 5th place this year because I see 4 ball clubs right now are better than the Tigers. The Yankees, the Red Sox, the Toronto Blue Jays, and yes, the Cleveland Indians.
No. And the Indians have no pitching.
Outstanding young team.
The Indians have no pitching, and the Red Sox and the Tigers will beat the Red Sox out this season.
You heard it here first, right?
From me.
But then we heard many other things here first from you in the past as well.
Check my record against your record.
Tim Raines deciding not to, I shouldn't say deciding not to, the San Diego Padres deciding not to bid for Tim Raines. Of course, San Diego is such an outstanding ball club. They couldn't use a guy like that in the outfield.
Well, the thing is, you know what these agents are doing? They're not coming back with any counteroffers. They are just.
Pardon?
They're not coming back with any counteroffers.
Are you out of your mind?
They're not.
Why? What makes you say that? Of course they're coming back with counteroffers.
No, that's.
They're not saying take it or leave it like Dick Moss and Jack Morris.
No. I didn't say take it or leave it. I'm saying the Cubs got a problem with Andre Dawson because Dick Moss has never come out with a counteroffer. The Cubs. He said, "What do we got to take? What do you want?" And they say, "Well, we'll get back to you." They never get back to him. They don't ever come back with counteroffers.
I haven't heard that at all.
That's what it is. That's the problem. They're not coming back with counteroffers.
I'm sure that Tim Raines' agent has made counteroffers to San Diego.
What was it?
Proposals? I don't know.
Well, then I don't think he's made it.
How about Lance Parrish and the Phillies? The Lance Parrish and his agent haven't made counteroffers to the Phillies?
No, they just agreed. No, they have not made counteroffers.
Well, it's going to be interesting to see what happens.
Very interesting to see what happens on that one.
Just 2 other things I wanted to mention from sports over the weekend that we didn't get to in the last show. First of all, the SMU situation. Isn't it amazing? After the NCAA rightfully, in my mind, threw the book at these cheaters down there and closed the football program down, here come a couple of these boosters who caused most of the problems to begin with, saying, isn't it unfair that the NCAA has done this? They've already raised $30,000 to take the NCAA to court and sue them. And one idiot was quoted as saying, well, we know we did some things wrong, but what they should have done is taken away a few scholarships. They shouldn't have ended the football program.
The alumni are the same in all schools. They all mean well, but they're all nothing but a bunch of jackasses.
Well, they're not all nothing but a bunch of jackasses.
Most of them are.
But you have to be able to handle them. Bo Schembechler handles them at Michigan. He doesn't let these guys get too close to the program.
He tries to. You don't know how close they do.
Well, I don't think Bo Schembechler cheats. I can't.
No, nor do I. But I'm saying most of your problems come from the alumnus
at SMU. Now they do have a problem. I want to close and get to Bill Gay. They do have a problem at the University of Michigan. I don't know if Frieder and Kahneman are aware of this, but there is a moral problem on that University of Michigan basketball team. How do I know? I can report to you, ladies and gentlemen, that I heard it exclusively on News Radio 95 from Paul Keels. When he was discussing, when he was on the air before the Michigan basketball game the other afternoon, saying, well, the Wolverines got a big win at Minnesota the other night, and it was very important to their morals. See? You didn't know they had a moral problem.
No, I didn't know they had a moral problem.
Bill Gay, the Lions defensive end, is here, and we'll be right back with him right after this. The time to buy that new 1987 Oldsmobile you've had your eye on is now at Al Dietrich Olds. Why? Well, you can save up to $1,600 on select models from Oldsmobile, and Uncle Al has a special incentive to reduce his large inventory because Al Dietrich Oldsmobile is moving to Highland Road, just east of Pontiac Airport, where the 1987 GMC trucks and Jimmys are already on display.
This is Uncle Al. I've spent a lot of time plowing snow out here at our new location, and we're dealing now on these beautiful new GMC trucks.
Nothing to do weeknights? There's always something happening at the Plymouth Rock Saloon. Tuesdays, for instance, it's Lingerie Night, featuring some of southeastern Michigan's most beautiful girls. Your favorite top 40 and oldies music all the time. Great food, and there's never any cover charge. The Plymouth Rock, just off I-275 at Joy Road near Hagerty. And don't forget Pete Elaterio's other place, the hot new Tangerine Room, Rivertown, just east of the Rensen.
I'll meet you at the Plymouth Rock Saloon.
I'm sorry, she's out of the office for the day and there's no way to contact her.
With a pager from TCOM, you could contact her anytime.
I I know it's an emergency, but it's out of the building now. May I call you later?
With Motorola pagers from TCOM, you can deal with emergencies now.
I'm sorry, our delivery man is on call right now. We won't be able to help you till tomorrow.
Hi, my name is Fred Wetzel with TCOM Paging. If these problems seem familiar to you, then you need a TCOM pager. You'd be surprised how affordable they are. You probably wonder how you've done without one. Give us a call at 559-6826.
Ski season's coming to an end, so everything is on sale at Harborside Sports Adventure. Our entire inventory, Elan, Yarvin, and Fisher skis, poles, bindings, boots, accessories, all must go to make room for our summer stock. Looking for ski attire? You won't find a better selection anywhere. Quality manufacturers like Marmot, North Face, Head, and our own foreign line. But Harborside Sports Adventure is much, much more. The latest in home exercise equipment, bicycles, and unusual items you won't find anyplace else.
Harborside Sports Adventures, Belleville, just off.
We're back on Sports View with Bill Gay of the Lions, and nice to have you here, even though you're only a few minutes late.
Oh, since you brought that up, I'll make it about a month next time.
That's right, big
That was almost the case last time.
Yeah, well, I'll stretch it out.
He said to me,
I thought you were a little bit
do I
late.
have to be interviewed by Ron? Is Ron going to be on the show?
Pipe down. The fact is that the Lions coming off a horse manure year, and you would have to admit you're coming off a horse manure year.
Well, you know, I knew when I came on the show.
You knew you were going to get it.
Prepared to deal with this kind of situation, be nice.
What did you think of your season last year? I thought you had a horse manure
personally,
year.
I could have done a lot better. It was a tough year. You know, it was just I think as a whole, we just lost a lot of close games, and it get a little frustrating at times. But you try to hold things together. It could have been better for my part, but it wasn't. You know, so I have to live with it.
There's people saying, well, maybe Bill Gay's about had it with the Lions. What does Bill Gay react to that? How does he?
I had a good career here with the Lions, and I'm happy with that. I like to, you know, play out my career here and end it. You know,
End it. You're going to play another year, though.
I'll play now and for as long as I can, but I only played with one club, and I'm happy with this club.
What happened to you the last couple of years? They made the switch initially from the four-man defensive front to the three, and they said you didn't adjust to that one.
Well, we're adjusting to it. It's a lot more. It's a lot more work involved. You're not just rushing 4-on-5 or 4-on-7. You're actually rushing 3-on-5 to 3-on-7 if you're getting a good rush. We've had different situation where we've been put in and we had to come through. Sometimes we came through with flying colors, sometimes we didn't. That's a part of the game you have to accept. We're a good club, we can win. You just have to win the close game.
You personally, though, are you still having difficulty adjusting to this? Are you, as Ron Cameron charges, past your prime?
I didn't say charges. That's
well,
the talk.
As the word is probably putting past your time, everyone's probably, they say when you cross a certain age or whatever that may be, they saying that you're over the hill, but all of a sudden if you come back with a spectacular year or a good year, they're all saying, well, maybe he's got a few.
Are you
could have
capable?
done last year, yeah.
Well,
Can you come back?
have done.
Are you capable of having a spectacular year next year?
I'm capable of doing anything in the world if I say I can.
Well, can you?
I can. It's just a point of just doing it. You have to do it. You can't talk about
Well, maybe a
like
few
this.
pounds at that midsection come off.
Hey, this is good living, and I'm saying
good living.
Like
That's the problem. Good living.
Too, huh?
I've lost a lot of weight.
Yeah, but he doesn't make his living as a professional athlete.
Well, you know, I have to agree with that.
You do, yes. I will.
But I had to take the criticism along with it.
I want to jog your memory. We're going to have our director, Kenny Taylor, go to the videotape right here, and I want you to look at a young, streamlined Bill Gay playing against the San Francisco 49ers, coming up with a mid-air fumble recovery from Joe Montana, and racing. Here's Montana back. He's under some pressure. Fumble, and look at this gazelle, number 79, pick it up. Now, when you turn around in the end zone here, you don't quite get in for a touchdown. Look at what kind of shape you're in here. Now, this is a young stud Bill Gay.
Now look.
Now look. Now look
Here,
at you right there. Now, aren't you embarrassed to think of yourself right now, 50 pounds later?
Yes.
50 pounds later, I'm only 35 pounds.
They're only 35 pounds heavier than that.
But the 35 pounds is gone from there to there.
Well, let's look at it this way. I need the weight to play.
Yeah, but the weight in the right place, Bill.
Oh, it is in the
You're
right
too
place.
fat right now.
Is this the right place? Does my body have to be looking in a certain way, a Greek god of some sort to be able
No,
to
but after the year you had last year.
Oh, after the year I had last year.
You got to bounce back, and one way to bounce back is to get in shape.
In shape. Well, you want to coach me?
Yeah, I'll coach you.
Well, come on out then. Whatever you want to put me through, I'll go through it.
But you should have been through it without any coaching.
Oh, I go through it.
You got to have some personal motivation, big fella.
I have the motivation.
All right. Are you going to lose this weight? You say you're capable of coming back and
I'm
having a
capable of doing
spectacular
anything
year.
I want.
I see that. You put on weight. Did you want to do that?
Hey, this is a living.
Darryl Rogers.
This is my off season.
Darryl Rogers
This
has
is
been
my
quoted
time.
as saying recently that he was upset about the performance of some people. And of course, he didn't name names.
Didn't have to. There's one right here.
Do you think you're one of those people he was upset about? And what do you think your future is with the team?
When you think about things like that, you have to decide on is he talking first? And I'm the type of person who does that. You know, I know what I'm capable of doing, or at least I feel what I'm capable of doing. So I have to say to myself, you have to do better. You have to do better just for your own.
But do you think he's mad at you? You think Darryl Rogers has lost confidence in you?
I don't know. I don't know.
Do you feel that?
I mean, if I would ask him, maybe he'll tell me.
Did you? Did you have any conversations with him?
Well, at the end of the year, everyone has a conversation with the head coach, and you talk to him, and he tell you what he wants from you the following year. Basically, for me, is I know what I have to do.
Yeah, but if you know what you got to do, what did he tell you? He thought you. What
I have to do is basically be in shape to be played. I got to be able to take on another year of this 34 of constant hitting. At the, they felt that I took a lot. I took a lot, and I have to admit I did play every game, and I stayed out there and played every play as hard as I possibly could, and I gave it my all. Now, some people say they give 110%. There's no such thing really as 110. You only can give 100. And if you're giving everything you have for that time that you're out there, and you're tired after the game, and you felt like you've given it all, then there's nothing left to give. Now, people get up there and say, well, you could have gave more. But if you've given everything you had while you was out there playing, there is no more.
What are you doing now? You lifting weights? You running?
I lift weights, and I'm riding a bicycle.
And he's eating. Take a look at the midsection. He's eating, too.
How much do you weigh?
But I bet you I can knock you down.
I know
you probably can, but you're paid to do that, though.
And I'd pay money to see it, too.
Oh, I'll pay, too.
How much do you weigh right now?
Right now I weigh about 265, and that's about as heavy.
Your nose just grew 2 inches longer at that one. How much? 265?
265
plus.
No,
and what would you like to play at? 245?
No. 265 be what I.
Yeah, but not with that there.
Hey, I bet his tummy's trimming in that one.
It probably is, but you got to move that, fella.
No wrinkles.
You got to move that. You're too fat.
My legs are skinnier.
Yeah, but you're too fat.
I'm muscular.
You almost
look. I know a lot more women like me.
A few more pounds. If you gain a few more pounds, you're going to look like the refrigerator.
Yeah, but refrigerator's happy, isn't it?
Yeah, but they're pissed at him in Chicago.
Hey,
you can't say that.
As long as he performs.
I just did.
Oh, okay.
Well, as long as he performs, which he has.
Not really perform.
I'm going to let you two duke it out here in a minute. Ladies and gentlemen, we have one of the members of our crew going down the street to McDonald's. They're going to bring Ron and Bill each back a few Big Macs. We're going to go to the commercial and do that. You guys can.
But he wants some fries with it. I don't eat fries with mine.
No fries with your Big Macs?
Beesburger. Give me a big giant double cheeseburger.
Double cheeseburger. It looks like you and Ron have had a few of those together, Big Tom.
We'll
be back with Lions defensive end Bill Gay to find out what happened to the team this time right after that.
You know what happened?
Hi, 2 for non-smoking, please.
Right this way.
Wow, look at all this food. A 2-pound wet burrito, a 16-ounce porterhouse, and there's pasta, too.
But did you see the daily specials?
What a deal for $6.25.
See, didn't I tell you jalapeno pizza and pasta is a great place to eat?
Jalapeno pizza and pasta on Cohen Road across from Westland Mall.
Hi, I'm Pistons broadcaster George Blahide, Maxey's in Royal Oak, trying to figure out why so many people, including media and sports personalities, come to Maxey's Main Street.
I come to Maxey's for the fine selection of wine, the great pickles, and the owner, Steve Pinto, owes me $14.50.
I come to Maxey's because the food is great. The hors d'oeuvres, sensational. It doesn't cost a lot of bread. And most important of all, Steve, the owner, is buying.
I'm Steve Pinto. There are lots of other reasons why people are coming to Maxey's. I think you ought to come out too. You'll discover why hundreds of people are saying, millions of people are saying, meet me at Maxey's. It's the place to be in the northern suburbs. Millions, Nick?
Hi, I'm Mitch Rosen from Liberty Heating and Cooling Company. Until recently, only the professional builder was able to take advantage of our huge warehouse inventory and special wholesale pricing. But now Liberty Heating is offering $2,000 instant credit and 12 months same-as-cash financing on this new ArcoAir high-efficiency furnace. The furnace uses natural gas, which carries a 3-to-1 price advantage over electricity. So use who the pros use. Liberty Heating, a name you can trust.
Call Liberty at 35.
We're back on sports. You with Bill Gay of the Lions.
Aren't you going to do your paper plug?
Yes, after
so you forgot all about that. He's having so much fun with you, he forgot to plug his newspaper.
Up. Now, we're going to talk to Bill Gay, who's coming off a horse manure year like the Lions are. And after I tell you about Sports Fans Journal, this is coming off a good year. Now, we've got some of the best writers in America. Yes, Denny is still writing from his jail cell, Denny McClain. We've got George Kell, we got Ernie Howe, we got them all writing. And here's how you can subscribe. $15 check or money order for your subscription. Just send it to this address if it ever gets up on the screen. Don Cherry, Dick Vitale, George Allen, Bob Feller, and a whole lot more. And there, finally, is the address. And we've got Dave Dials, and this is a newspaper without stats and box scores. And beginning next issue, we're going to be 4-color. So we hope you subscribe to Sports Fans Journal. And if you can't subscribe, or you're a little lazy like 90% of the people that are watching probably, then why don't you get out to your newsstand and just pick one up, read it, and then if you like it, you can subscribe to the hottest sports paper in America, getting all the publicity. Sports Fans Journal.
And we're back on Sports View Today, the legitimate enterprise that Mr. Cameron is involved
in. For how long is this going to be legitimate?
Our guest is Lions defensive
Not from what I hear.
Our guest is Lions defensive end William Gay, and Ron has finished beating him up about the quote-unquote horse manure season.
I'm not finished beating him up. I'm just started.
What about the horse manure season the Lions had? What happened now?
I haven't seen it.
What happened now? What was wrong this time?
Oh, you mean as far as the team?
As far as the team.
I can't pinpoint it. It's not my job. You know, my job is basically go out there and try to...
If it was your job, though.
If it was my job...
What would you say? What would you do coming up in the draft?
I wouldn't say it. I couldn't.
All right.
It's not my job.
Come
I can't put myself in that
You guys
position.
need help on defense. Everybody says
you need help everywhere.
Everyone figures we need help. We got a lot of players who's getting up there, and it has to be
including you.
Yes, I'm one of
the age and the weight.
Age and the weight. What about your weight? How much you weigh right now? I've been wondering.
About 190.
190.
Right. About 190, 195.
Almost breaking the pressure, right?
Ron saw 190 for the last time when he was 11 years old. Since then, it's been steadily upward.
No, I bought 60 pounds now.
I think we definitely have to have some help on defense, and it's probably that's Wayne Fontz's job. He's a good coach, and I think he knows exactly what he's going to do and what he wants.
Are you encouraged by Bill Ford's new stance, the Lions owner, that he's going to step in personally and take care of some of the contract squabbles? And in fact, he did so with Jimmy Williams.
Oh, I think that helps out a great deal. A lot of players, they have a lot more confidence. They figure they won't have to battle as hard for a nickel or dime, to make on this club.
But if they deserved it before, going off the year you guys had last year, you don't deserve it.
Like in
take the money and run and hide.
Well, like in all things, you get paid for what you do.
Then you don't deserve it then.
Well, if that's the case, then that's where it should be.
Bill,
but in all things that if it's available, you're going to take it.
It's available.
Right?
Bill, do you think this has been one of the problems with the team in the past? Russ Thomas's miserly ways, unhappy guys, constant squabbling over contracts, and having their mind on that rather than football.
Well, you have to look at Russ Thomas, like I told you once before I was on this show, that Russ Thomas is a businessman. And that that's his job. He's working for William Clay Ford to save the club money and to give the person that he's contract, the best contract he can give.
But has this been a problem?
Well, a lot of players, a lot of people feel that is. News media and everyone else say, yeah, that's been the problem for the years.
As a player, what do you feel about it?
I've had no problems with Russ. I've never had any problems with Russ. I go in there, I talk to him, and pretty much got whatever I wanted.
What is your contractual situation right now?
I'm in my option year right now, 10th year coming up, and we'll see what happens.
Let's see what you get, what you want now, coming off that horseman year you had last year, though.
Well, look, that was last year. This is a whole new thing.
Yeah, but I mean, they're going to pay you what you did last year, and the fact is you're no kid anymore.
How much next season? Will Chuck Long make a major difference if he's the starting quarterback all year?
He will be the starting quarterback.
I think Well, for right now, they got him out there now learning how to, throw the ball more, working with his receivers, the ones who are in town, getting him prepared for the season that's coming up, and that's what he needs to do, work on those things now instead of the time that he missed when he
Can he be the answer to this? Is he, in your mind, got the chance to be a star quarterback in the NFL?
I think he can be, very much so. It's just going to have to take time. I don't think there has been any quarterback in football that can come right out of college and be a starter.
Marino did a pretty good job his first year.
Well, that's one. Now, how many of those has been in the last 10 years?
There hasn't been.
So, it's going to take him at least 2 or 3 years before he can come around and get it together.
You think he will be the starting quarterback here next season?
Yes. No question.
That's
I
my
think
mind,
he will
too.
be the starting quarterback, but, if not, they have to rely on Hippo or, Joe Ferguson or whatever else they have there to bring it around.
The loss of Billy Sims, how much has that meant to the Lions?
It meant great. He was, as far as the player's inspiration, he was the kind of guy. He was the kind of guy for me that I remember one time when he just jumped up and he said, "Hey, I guarantee we're going to win this game."
Was that the one he quit out against Washington? He said that?
No. He said that it was a home game and we needed to win to get in the playoffs.
You played in Tampa Bay, so he was right.
Ron and I disagree on that subject. I like Billy Sims as an athlete.
He made a fool out of himself in the court of law, and I thought sometimes he made a fool out of himself on the field.
I'm talking about on the field, Bill. I thought the guy...
I always make a fool out of himself here on the show.
Yes, he does. All the time he opens his mouth. I thought that Billy Sims was a guy who gave 100% and was a great player.
Did you saw him in the Washington game? You say he gave 100% in that game?
I saw him his whole career here.
Standing there with his hand on his hips and the guy running for
Ask Bill about that.
What do you think of that?
I don't even remember that.
You don't remember that? Cost you the...
In fact, I don't think our viewers remember it either. You're the only one who remembers that, Ron.
It's funny you remember all bad things.
That's right. We'll close it out with Lions defensive end Bill Gay after, again, these messages.
Why? Not money. According to surveys, they're afraid.
Well, modern technology has taken the fear out of visiting the dentist. Here at my office in West Bloomfield, we've got a relaxed, friendly atmosphere. I provide the highest quality care with an emphasis on the prevention of tooth and gum disease.
So if you're one of the many people not seeing a dentist, you're taking a serious risk with your future health. Like smoking cigarettes, it's a ticking time bomb.
Where's the hottest dance music in town? The brand new Tangerine Room in the heart of Detroit's exciting Rivertown district. The Tangerine Room, where every night is ladies' night and Thursdays are extra special. The Tangerine Room, featuring Detroit's best-known disc jockeys, Hump the Grinder and Chris Crash. The Tangerine Room, where if the dance floor is too hot, you can cool off in an intimate upstairs bar or a spacious veranda. Great food from Chef Alexander, drink specials, and the kind of people you'd like to meet. All at the beautiful new Tangerine Room, Franklin and Riopelle, just east of the Renaissance Center.
Ava Gabor with a tip from your Better Business Bureau.
Oh, hello, darlings. You know there are millions of dollars being spent by people who want to be thin overnight. Believe me, I know what I'm talking about. If you know someone who wants to be slim, tell them to ask their doctor's advice. My advice is exercise, eat the right food, and darlings, push the table away. Miracle weight loss? Oh, my foot.
Here we go. We're back.
We're back on Sports.
Yes.
Nice.
Well, you have to pay attention.
Nobody's giving
We're almost
any
out of
cues.
time here.
What I was with Bill Gay and the Lions, who's coming off a horse manure, like the Lions. I'll say that for the. I like that saying. So you, in your prediction, the Lions for next season, what?
Oh gosh, I don't want to predict anything anymore.
Yeah, after last year, I guess not.
Can you play 500 ball next year?
500 ball to me is not good enough anymore.
No kidding.
You can play 500 ball next year?
Oh, we can play.
Can you win the division?
That's possible, yes.
Now I'll know you're lying if you say you can get to the Super Bowl. Can you get to the Super Bowl next year?
Everything's possible.
Now I know you're lying. Enough of this stuff. Those are some of the people who provide gift certificates to SportsView.
Better not send him there. He's got to lose some weight.
In exchange for promotional consideration. I want to thank our sponsors, too, on this program. Bill Foran and all the folks out at Harborside Sports Adventure in Belleville and in Uptown Birmingham. Mitch Rosen and the people at Liberty Heating and Cooling. Ron's publication, Sports Fans Journal.
Jalapeno Pizza and Pasta across from the Westland Mall in Cowan Road at Wayne
Fred
Road.
Wetzel and all of the people at T-Com pagers. We had Plymouth Rock Saloon and the Tangerine Room, and of course Al Dietrich Oldsmobile. Uncle Al sends along this hat. I know you're a hell of a golfer now, right? You started out and you're playing golf.
He hacks there just like he does on the field.
With a gut like that, big fellow, golf's the only thing that's left to you anymore. You can hear Ron Cameron on the radio, WCAR.
He does not. He's retired. He's
Wednesday,
too old.
I'm
retired a couple
plugging your
years
radio
ago.
show.
Okay.
Wednesday afternoon, 4 to 5, and my show, Bob Page's Sports, still on WR.
Still, barely still. It's still on. Tune in while you can.
The station is stable.
Is it stable?
Still beating WLLZ. It's still on every morning. 6:30, 7:30, and 8:30 on WRAF 101.1 FM. Thanks for putting up with Ron. We'll give you some extra gift certificates with this. And thank you for joining us on this edition.
He doesn't need it. He's too fat now, for God's sake.